What I want to talk about now, I want to shift gears a little bit, and I want to talk about something that's really challenging when a market expands the way it has here in Charleston, and that's the number of agents that we have in this market right now that are selling real estate, and they're maybe doing a deal or two a year. A lot of them are part-time. There's nothing wrong with that, and I applaud them for, making more money on the side or kind of dipping their toes into the water to see if this is a career that they really want to get into. But I'll tell you that the challenge that it's created, and we continue to see more and more of this, is just the overall level of training of the agents that we're working with. Let's say, as an example, when somebody represents a buyer and makes an offer on our listings. The contracts need a bunch of work. The agents are incredibly emotional. The agents make it more challenging to get a deal done. They're inserting drama into situations that don't need to be there, that their clients don't even want to have exist. And so I bring this up because I do think it's a problem, not just in our area, but industry-wide, just the lack of training. And I do want to say that I am hiring right now. I have 3 spots available for agents on my team. We are growing, and we have the ability to take agents' careers and turn it around for those folks that are in the business right now, and they're just not getting to where they want to be. And this is, look, this is sales, right? And I know this doesn't necessarily apply to you, but I'm sure there's at least one of you out there listening right now that knows somebody that would be really good at real estate, or maybe you yourself have thought about getting into the industry. And it's amazing when we have some agents that join the team. Let's say we're on a different team or at a different brokerage. I'll listen to them talk to somebody on the phone, and I'll kind of be thinking in the back of my head, wow, it's amazing that you've been able to sell anything. Some of the training that these folks are getting is next to non-existent, but what they are getting, in my opinion, is just, there's so much deception in our industry. And what I value and what I try to convey more than anything is being authentic. I want people to be real with me. I want the ability to be real with them, tell them the truth, help them understand that I speak from a point of authority and that I want to be helpful. I am not here to influence, so to speak, your decision, but if you ask my opinion, I'm going to give you an honest one. Professionalism is what that word means to me. And so if you're thinking about getting into real estate, or if you're in the business right now and your business just isn't where it wants to be, we'd love the opportunity to help. We have incredible systems, support, leads, training, all of it. And it's something that I have worked diligently on for the past 7 years, 8 years actually. As I've had a real estate team, I went from being an individual agent to now having a team. And we'd love the opportunity to talk to you. And so I want to bring that up because the agent you hire matters. You really have to ask yourself the very difficult question of, do I want to work with my friend who has a real estate agent's license, or do I want to work with one of the top agents in, the state of South Carolina, or someone in between? Obviously, you have your own idea of what's most important to you and the agent you decide to work with. But we work with a lot of folks that initially listed with a friend. It didn't work out so well for them. And then we have to take over, rebrand the property, reintroduce it to the market, adjust the price in many occasions, because pricing a property is not easy when there isn't a ton of data out there. Even in neighborhoods that are fairly popular, we're not seeing a ton of properties hit the market, which goes back to this whole inventory issue I was talking about at the beginning of the show. It's not like you just take a list of 10 properties that sold in the neighborhood and average out the price per square foot and then apply that to your listing and say, this is about what it's worth. That's the lazy man's way of approaching pricing. And we're not here to get into all of that, but the amount of training that agents are getting right now, the training is available. And agents that are investing in themselves, that are learning how to sell real estate at a high level, that are learning how to offer value to their clients, are the people that I want to be talking to and surround myself with and introduce to my clients. All I care about is offering value to my clients. I want to be the consultant for them and a salesman to everyone else. And that's an important distinction. And I want to stay there for just a second because, being a salesperson sometimes gets a bad rap, right? Oh, you're in sales. And, I don't know why, but a lot of people, associate sales with like the used car sales guy. It's slimy. It's deceptive. And there's plenty of that in this industry, which is why I highlight it at times on this show for your benefit so that you know how to sift through all of that, ask the questions that are most important, and focus on the things that matter the most when it comes time to buying, selling, or investing in real estate. So for the people out there that are listening that are maybe thinking about getting into the business, or they're in the business right now and the business it's just not where you want it to be. Again, with this whole deception thing, be careful of the teams out there that are saying, oh, $100,000 your first year on my team guaranteed. Guaranteed is the most ridiculously overused word in this industry. $100,000 guaranteed or what? You're going to make up the difference? I get a check for $50,000 at the end of the year if I only make $50,000 in commissions? My stance on all of these different incentives that are out there is one that you just have to ask the question, what's in it for me? What's in it for them? What's between the lines? And when you start looking at some of these incentives, whether it be when you join a real estate company or when you hire an agent that's going to help you buy, sell, or invest in real estate, look at those incentives in great detail. And by the time you get to that point, by the time you're investigating those incentives, it's almost like they've already got you, because those are foot in the door techniques. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. Well, yeah, if you want to sell your home for 30% off, then that's a great incentive. If you're in that position, so be it. There's something called the 70% rule that I use all the time when I invest in real estate. I'm investing in real estate right now. And some people think that I'm crazy because the market's hot. If the numbers work, the numbers work. I don't care what kind of market we're in. If the numbers work, the numbers work. And so it's the 70% rule. The 70% rule is you take whatever the post-renovation value of your property is, you deduct 30% from it, and then you deduct the cost of repairs, and that's how much you're going to get in the form of an offer from an investor. That's a very simple way of looking at how to analyze and interpret a property to determine how much you can pay for it, because that's what you can control. You can't necessarily control what it sells for, but you have absolute control over how much you can buy it for. And so for those of you out there that are thinking about, getting into the business, or somebody that you think might be really good at real estate, or you're in real estate right now and it's just not panning out for you, let's have a chat. Give me a call, 843-400-8009. That's 843-400-8009. Or go to our website, listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. Of course, anything that we talk about is confidential in nature, so 843-400-8009 is the phone number to call. Thanks so much for listening. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for tuning in to the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com.
Join us for another edition of